Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. Okay, it's back home. It's evening time. It's 9:30. I haven't done my readings yet, so you get them now. Um, I spent the day over at my brother's house. Had a good time. Recorded a bunch of videos that'll go up during the week. So there's a lot of fun videos in there. So again, I don't have my purple pin pad here, but if I did, it would look something like this. Check out Twin Tarot with Carrie and David. It's my other YouTube channel. I've got three, actually. I've got Tarot of the Seven Seas, which is my international channel, and Twin Tarot with my twin brother, Gary. We've recorded a number of videos. One went up today as a special, and we've got videos going up on Sunday and throughout the week next week. A lot of fun videos. A lot of snark and laughter was had. So if you like these videos and you like the humor and the entertainment value of it, it's twice the fun with Gary and myself at Twin Tarot with Gary and David. And on with this reading. Okay, I got an email from a fan saying that Trump glitched during the NRA meeting, just like Mitch McConnell. I got all excited. It's like, oh my God, did it really come true? I was watching the video of it. It looks like it was going to be a pause in his presentation when they started playing some music. And at like 30 seconds, Trump doesn't say anything. But he's kind of looking around. You see his hands both go impatiently. It's not the full-on freeze like McConnell has done. So my guess is he was waiting for the teleprompter to start after a musical interlude, and he was annoyed because he wanted to keep going with it. Now, it's funny because normally when, if the teleprompters went blank unexpectedly, he ad-libs. But he didn't do that this time, so I think it was a planned pause. But it was interesting because I think I was talking with Linda G about that wasn't, I was figuring maybe there's like a 10% chance he actually had his big medical event on Friday, and it was more likely going to be maybe something that happened we wouldn't hear about. I realize that's kind of walking back what I was putting out last weekend, but even when I saw it last week, I was more shocked than anything else. So, whatever. It doesn't appear that it's happened yet, and this glitch wasn't part of it. But again, I think when I was talking with Linda, I was saying, it would maybe look something like what we saw with Mitch McConnell. And that's kind of what we saw with this video here. I'm not taking credit saying, oh, I made a mistake. That's what I saw. The cards weren't really saying that. The cards were really saying that there was a medical event coming. But that's kind of what it would look like. The other part was he was doing a speech, I think in Minnesota, and the podium, he leaned on the podium and it started collapsing and he almost fell down. And then he immediately started berating the quality of the workmanship of the podium and stuff like that. And the Biden team is having some fun at his expense because he's a doddering old man who can't stand up. Because it's the same thing Trump would have trolled him with. So they're trolling Trump in the same way, and that's going to get under Trump's skin. And you've got this trial which may be going to the jury next week. And there's a high likelihood that Trump's going to be convicted. All right, so things are not going well for Donald, and they're probably going to continue not going well for Donald. What's the point of this video? Eric Trump's the only one who showed up to court. I did see an article from Mary Trump saying she didn't expect Ivanka to show up because, well, Ivanka's got money now through Jared, so she's basically distanced herself from her family. She doesn't need him anymore. She doesn't need Donald anymore because she's got her own money. As far as Junior and Eric, she goes, Eric must have drawn the short straw because she can't see any reason why Junior's not there and Eric is. So I kind of want to just read on the Trump kids on this one. Kids. The Trump spawn, the fully adult spawn here, and see what's going on with them. Okay? So entertainment purposes only. Let's start with Ivanka. What's the energy going on with Ivanka right now? We kind of miss her at the trial. She didn't want to go there and see Stormy Daniels in person to see who her dad's attracted to and says looks just like his daughter. Maybe she might have opinions on that. Gross. Entertainment purposes only. Nope, she's off. She's off living her best life. She has left the family. Pretty much she's left the family. Hell, she changed her last name. It's no longer Ivanka Trump. It's Ivanka Kushner. So that tells you everything you need to know. By the way, High Priestess underneath there, she knows things. Yep. God, look at all these major arcana. Starting a new journey. She's got hers. She's well taken care of. She doesn't need Donald Trump or his family or their money anymore. And the only thing that she would be concerned about in this lifestyle is the government coming after her for corruption that she might have done in the White House. Both she and her husband might have done in the White House. But underneath it, we have the High Priestess card. So maybe she has an insurance policy that she's enacted, which would prevent her from going out and living her best life. That's a fancy way of saying flipping, folks. Yeah, go figure. In the past is the betrayal. In the past is the betrayal. How do you go on with your new life, keep all the money that your ill-gotten gains, and not go to prison? You throw people under the bus to save yourself. That's what you do. She has successfully avoided incarceration in prison and stuff like that. I think she spilled beans and she's off living her best life at this point. Overarching energy is the Six of Coins. Yeah, I think she had a wealth of information she could share, and what she traded a lot to save herself. Not even her husband. She saved herself. Jared's going to have some problems with the Khashoggi investigation once that starts going and looking into these arms sales to Saudi Arabia. But she's taken care of. Lesson to be learned is the King of Cups. Well, it's like she made the mature decision. It's like Donald Trump's not a mature person. She is, in her own right. I mean, she's a sneaky person too, don't get me wrong. But it's like she made the decisions. This could have been the King of Swords for all we know. She made the decision to cut ties with the Trump family and go live off her own life. And again, if that means throwing a couple of them under the bus in the process, well, you can't make an omelet if you don't crack a few eggs. Outcome is the Ace of Wands. Yeah. Can't make an omelet without a big beat stick, without a beater stick to beat up the eggs into the omelet, right? She had an opportunity to save herself. Maybe give back some money quietly, give back some things quietly, and offer information, and they'll go easy on her on some stuff. I think she cut a deal with like the FBI or the Department of Justice, and she turned over information and is going to go off and live her best life. So whether she did or did not, we will probably, I doubt we'll know. We might know. We might hear something about January 6th. Not an indicted co-conspirator. Wouldn't that be funny? That she should have thrown Jared under the bus. Turned him over for the murder that he was involved with. Oh, I'm sorry. Entertainment purposes only. It seems ironic that Jared's close relationship with MBS resulted in the murder of a journalist who was critical of the Saudi government and arms sales to Saudi Arabia, and a $2 billion hedge fund for Jared to manage that pays him $25+ million a year. It's all so convenient, and what a coincidence, that type of thing. So Ivanka is going to go live her best life. Whatever. It's other than which, I say, she doesn't exactly go seeking out the spotlight. She doesn't need to have her brand out there. I mean, she and Jared got a bunch of money, so she doesn't need to work. You don't need to go earn a bunch of money. They've got a bunch of money. They can coast on that. So we may not be hearing much from Ivanka. Now, Don Jr. Don Jr., why aren't you accompanying your brother or taking turns with your brother in court? Why? How did you luck out? What's up with Don Jr.? Queen of Wands. Kimberly Guilfoyle? Anyone? Anyone? Kimberly might have had something to say about that. Let's see, what do we got? Backroom dealings, money, negotiations. Death card. Endings. Huh. I'm wondering if Miss Guilfoyle is reconsidering her relationship, because doesn't that look like a priest and a couple getting married type of thing, like a secret elopement, like an eloping going on, but there's a death card under here, almost like, they were talking, I think, now again, totally entertainment purposes only, they might have been talking about eloping or having a secret marriage, a low-key secret marriage here. But I'm wondering if she's having second thoughts, because we have the death card here. Endings of things. It might just be that, for Miss Guilfoyle, I think Guilfoyle has money, but Don Jr. isn't. And does she want to be, the sugar mama to this guy? In the past, you got the Page of Wands. Their messaging was aligned. They hooked up. Trump was the president. Junior had a future, so to speak. But there's a lot going on right now financially with Trump org and involving Junior that might be giving the Queen of Wands a second thought or second thoughts. Current situation is the Five of Swords. Playing to keep. Narcissism. No surrender. Wanting it all. Not wanting to compromise. Okay, so that makes more sense. If she wants a male partner who's politically connected and wealthy, she's going to get one of the two with Junior, and maybe not even that one. Politically connected, maybe not for too much longer. Wealthy, maybe not for too much longer. And that's relative because, again, the father holds all the money. Junior's house was in the business's name, which becomes property of the business, and the business owes $450, almost $500 million in back taxes. That's something that's liquidatable. The overarching energy is the Hierophant. Justice of the peace, member of the government. A lot of stuff. I don't think this is Don Jr. I think this is Kimberly Guilfoyle looking at things here. This might be more of a government thing. They got court cases going on with his dad. It's really impacting Trump Jr.'s future here. Lesson to be learned is the King of Swords. Sometimes you just got to make harsh decisions. She might actually like Don Jr. And I'm being serious. I'm not being sarcastic or snide or anything like that. She might actually like Don Jr. enough that she would consider getting married to him. Maybe sacrificing some things she wants to get married to him. But does she really want to sacrifice what she wants? I think she thinks she deserves everything. She wants it all. And she thinks she should have it all. And Junior may not be able to provide that. So do you stay with him or do you cut bait and fish on? Out comes the Emperor. Again, because underneath this we have the Death card, bringing things to a close. I think if there is a change in their relationship, it will happen as a result of what happens. Basically, as Donald Trump goes, their relationship goes. If Trump gets reelected president of the United States, I imagine, and gets out of these court cases, I imagine she's going to stick together with Junior. If Trump is brought down, if the emperor is shown not to be wearing any clothes, if the emperor, gets sick and is not able to become, basically, if Trump is not able to become president of the United States again, she's not going to stick around because there's no future in it for her. She wants that future. Now, again, entertainment purposes only. I haven't done any research on this woman, other than I know she was, I think, married to Gavin Newsom at one point. And it looks like she's had a really bad filler job done on her lips. And kind of looks like she and Kristi Noem kind of look like they're now sisters with the way they've grown out their hair and their hairstyles and everything. It's just, ew. I guess Junior and his dad have the same taste in women. Maybe? I don't know. So that doesn't explain why Junior's not there. It sounds like Junior's having some, maybe there's some relationship problems. What does Donald Trump Jr. think of his relationship with Miss Guilfoyle? Am I screwing up her name now, her first name? Hang on. Well, this is interesting. So I looked it up. Apparently, they have been together as a couple for 6 years, and they've been engaged for 4. They just had their anniversary, and they posted up pictures of themselves standing by what looks like a helicopter while Trump Jr. is holding what looks like an assault rifle with a scope on it. And commenters are saying that Kimberly Guilfoyle is looking like Melania, and she kind of is in this picture. And Guilfoyle, they both posted up the same picture. Guilfoyle refers to Donald Trump Jr. as my best friend and soulmate, whereas Trump Jr. took the opportunity to call out his critics. In his tribute to his girlfriend, fiancée, he said, "Thanks for always being there no matter what the haters are throwing our way." That's romantic. Okay, so here's the thing. They've been engaged for 4 years. What's holding up the marriage? I mean, maybe they'll never get married. Maybe just getting engaged and pledging your love for one another might be enough for the two of them. They both have been married before, so they may not be interested in getting married again. That's a possibility. I'm willing to entertain that. When Michelle and I started dating, she even asked me, it's like, you've just been through a divorce. Why would you want to get married again? And it wasn't exactly the easiest of marriages on the first one. It was true. It's like, why would I want to do that? And I contemplate. It's like, well, if I get engaged to Michelle, do you really need to do anything? I just leave it like that. Would she be happy with that? Yeah, Michelle would have taken that. I would have. Sorry, Norton was coming up saying there was something issue, and I think it's spam. She probably would have taken any relationship I was willing to offer. If I would say no way, not getting married, no how, boyfriend, girlfriend, forever, she would have rolled with that because that's what I was willing to offer. If I was willing to get engaged but not get married, just as my commitment to her, she probably would have rolled with that and not pushed it. But she wanted to get married, and so we did. And in the end, I wanted to get married too. I love Michelle. I trust her, and she's not going to hurt me. So I'm willing to take the plunge. Was willing to take the plunge again. And we got married in, God, when did we get married? It was June of 22. God, David, come on, know your anniversary, huh? I know the day. What year was it? I just trying to remember if it was during COVID or not. It was. This is bad. It's because I'm not in that mindset right now. It's we got married in 2019. Final answer. All right. Yeah, it was June of 2019. We got married before COVID. because we had our honeymoon up in Mendocino, but later on in the year we took a trip to Greece with her brother, and it was right before COVID broke out in China. Whew, bullet dodged. Nobody showed this video to Michelle. Okay, but here we go again. But Junior and her, 4 years together. It's a long time to be engaged at that age, So what is Junior thinking about Kimberly Guilfoyle? How's he handling this? Judgment. There's judgment here. I'm too young to die. He's still thinking about it. He doesn't want to commit. No, there's a walking away here. And there's let's say that's her again. The devil. There's something unhealthy going on in this relationship. There's, again, entertainment purposes only. It appears there's something unhealthy going on here. This is like addictions, love-hate relationships, that sort of thing, and judgment. And there's been rumors about addictions with Don Jr. And maybe, she's in love with him, but maybe doesn't want to get married, not until he cleans himself up from his addictions. There's a walking away in a period of contemplation, and they've got her here. I would not say these are great cards for a couple that's been engaged for 4 years and wants to get married. This looks like somebody's walking away. Get yourself into rehab, or I'm gone type of thing. And it was the Queen of Wands that laid that ultimatum down. So you might ask yourself, well, then why would she put up the soulmate thing and stuff like that? It's probably to message to him that she loves him, she supports him, she wants to be with him, but he's got to clean up his act. That if he takes that step, she'll be there for him. And if he doesn't want to do it, then she has a choice to leave. Again, entertainment purposes only. I could be completely and utterly wrong with that one. I don't know. I don't follow the relationship. Hell, it was a surprise to me that they had been engaged for as long as they had. I wasn't even sure they were engaged. All right. Eric Trump. Eric Trump. How did you end up drawing the short sword? Is it because your wife is in charge of the money at the RNC? Why did Eric Trump? What's going on with Eric Trump and this trial and everything like that? Yeah, he's been showing up at the trial. He's been going there. We know that. 4 of Coins. He's being exposed to things that he doesn't want to see. I think he believes his dad and believes everything's a witch hunt, but now he goes to that trial and he sees all the things that are happening, and it's really challenging. I think it's challenging his belief system. Yeah, he's finding out. He's finding out the truth about his father. And the rhetoric his father has isn't matching the evidence he's seeing. Now, that doesn't mean he's going to give up defending his father, but it's kind of like, that deep feeling inside is like, crap. You can try and fool yourself and say, they're just making this up. This is faked information, but it's one after the other, after the other, after the other. And then you look at your father and say, well, why aren't you defending yourself? Why aren't you up there calling out these lies? And he's just sitting there not doing anything, falling asleep and, breaking wind type of thing. In the past, we got the four of Wands, the wedding card, the welcome. This is him, coming in to support his dad, root him on. This is a witch hunt, and you're going to win this case. Current situation is the Knight of Cups. He's the sole family member that's going to show up. Not that Trump cares, not that Donald cares, but he's the one that's over there trying to provide the emotional support for his father. Overarching energy is the Queen of Wands. I'll leave Kimberly Guilfoyle out of this one. His wife might have, this could be Lara Trump is encouraging him to show up. That you need to be there for your dad. I'll take care of the money at the RNC. We're a team, we're a power couple here. But you've got to oversee, you've got to help your dad out against these charges, especially, Stormy Daniels type of thing. The lesson to be learned is the Ace of Swords. Again, here's the problem with going to those court cases is you start seeing the harsh evidence that's against him. And it's one thing to look at the evidence and think it's all faked and everything, but everybody he's seeing testifying has had business with his father. You've got the folks that worked at Trump.org are also testifying in this case. And you got Michael Cohen in there, was there for years. You've got David Pecker, who I'm sure was held in rather high esteem because of his relationship with Donald Trump. Yeah, not so much Keith Davidson or Stormy Daniels, but then you've got Rona Graff was there for a brief testimony. You have, I think one of the accountants was in there. You've got people that you worked with that are adding and corroborating evidence that's being used against Donald Trump. He's finding out. Eric is finding out. He may not like it. He may not accept it, but he's being exposed to it. Outcome is the Queen of Pentacles. Honestly, this is sort of the daddy love me. I still, despite what you did, you're still my father and I still love you vibes. It's like, and do you love me? And he will never get that response because Donald Trump is a narcissist and only loves one person. That's himself, and he doesn't love himself. He is only interested in himself, in his luxury and his well-being, but he does not love himself. If he loved himself, he wouldn't be a narcissist. Narcissists can't love themselves, and they can't love other people, and Eric has not figured that out yet. I spent enough time in this family. I will dust my hands of them. Thank you very much for watching this video and supporting my channel. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for your likes, shares, comments, everything you do to feed the YouTube algorithm so that my video makes it out to a wider audience. To folks discovering this channel recently or for the first time, welcome to the channel. Glad you found us. Hope you found this reading insightful, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.